A key to better understand new technologies and media is to use them in a creative way. Since the breakthrough of electronic music in the 80s, sound production and gestures have been increasingly separated compared to acoustic instruments. The question is, how can an electronic sound be expressed through movements and gestures? I'm Jakob from Ectoplastic in Halle. You see me on the left, Stephan's on the right side. At Ectoplastic, we explore digital solutions to discover music and sound in a creative way. And in this video, we will show you the background to our vision, research and development about visual music and motions. Though the story of Stephan and me actually starts over 20 years ago, we jump ahead to 2011. Geometric Poetry is the name of an experimental animation film Stephan created as part of a semester project. The film is the basis for a development process around the connection of geometry, sound and motion that continues to this very day. In the following year, 2012, Stephan reversed the concept and linked the visual appearance and movement of the lines directly to the sound of a self-developed synthesizer. The result was the so-called grid synth, which formed the heart of a first prototype called Mace.
This is Mace.
Mace became something of a phenomenon for us and many people we met. In 2013 and 14, we used the prototype in various fields. We had music sessions and performances, we made visuals at clubs and other venues and created multi-channel audio and video installations. Along with the emerging VR technology came the Leap Motion hardware sensor that enables contactless hand and finger interaction in virtual reality. Stephan had the idea to use it to control the Mace prototype and the grid synth. This led to the initial motion tracking tests in our first Ectoplastic lab in the end of 2014. The association to the theremin was obvious, but the difference was the ability to control a larger number of sound parameters at once. Within the Leap to MIDI project, Stephan first tested this with FL Studio and a V4 patch. The interplay of music and movement was also the subject of Stephan's bachelor's degree. In Echo, Elapsing Time, he questioned, what is music without time? In the interactive audiovisual installation Echo, the progression of a piece of music was shifted to an axis in the room. If a person walks from left to right, a piece of music is played linearly. When turning and walking back, the music is also played backwards. If the person stops and remains in place, the corresponding fragment of the piece is being played as a sustaining sound. The distance to the wall and the spreading of the arms influences the volume and texture of the sound. The projection shows the spectrogram of the music and visualizes the user's interactions. With Echo, Stephan created his first connection of sound synthesis to dance and performance, which would become essential for Ectoplastic's vision. We wanted to make Mazetools available on mobile devices, focused on multi-touch and the controlling of the gridsend as a multi-sensorial experience. In 2016 we received a Founders Scholarship, founded Ectoplastic as a company, and a few months later we released Mazetools Sonyface 1 for Android and iOS. We learned a lot from a slowly but steadily growing user base while fostering the exchange of ideas about features and further possibilities. In the time that followed, we attended conferences and festivals and met many new people working in related fields.
And this is crazy Da Vinci interface that I can make like left hand, and now when I put it down, the volume of the tunes are off. When I put it high, then the volume is up.
In 2018, Stephan implemented Kinect for the PC version of Sonyface 2. Here you can see the body controller interface that allows the connection of any synth, sampler and drum parameter to gestures and body motions to change volumes, pitches, filters, effects and even visuals in real time. Stephan went one step further in his master studies when creating Omyg, a space odyssey in 2019. The interactive radio play, in the sense of a purely sound-based computer game, is controlled entirely by body movements. The development was based on the Mace core and the composition on its internal instruments, while the voice acting was performed by Sarah Siegner.
Start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, sehr gut. Wir sind draußen. Ich danke dir für die Zusammenarbeit. Aktiviere Schutzschild. Achtung, wir werden angegriffen. Vitale Funktionen bedroht. Verteidigungseinheit optimiert Laser-Energieversorgung. Lichtimpulswellen zum Abführen bereit. Warte auf Freigabe. Jetzt bist du am Zug. Worauf wartest du?
The idea of Omyg brought us in 2021 to our first VR experience production with the title Modyssey, a geometric poem. We started working with the musician and performer Miyagara and used a motion capture suit to record her movements. Compared to the Kinect, the motion capture data from the suit was far superior in precision and thus the quality of expression. Stephan enabled the use of the captured data as input for the motion controller interface to integrate motion captures directly into the composition process. We developed the concept into a standalone Odyssey performance that interprets compositions only through dance and performance. As part of a development of the Mazetools Assist machine learning project, we first connected the TensorFlow-based media pipe to use any ordinary webcam to control sound through motions. Stephan developed the motion interface for recording, storing and editing motion captures. And we made many of our compositions into presets to share them in Mazetools and make them usable to everybody. An important realization we had during our process is that the connection of dance and music through innovative technologies generates new creative ideas. Expressing soundscapes through movements and gestures will become a normal creative tool in the future, whether in Mazetools or other people's developments. Our practical research required a constant exchange between development, composition, and choreography processes. Likewise, music through movements could enable new exchanges between musicians and those interested in sound and empower people in their creative use of digital media. Thank you.